watch it.
Turn on the vidya.
We got some video running, folks.
They want some vidya.
Folks, if you want to hear Temple of the Dog, go back and listen to it. Not on. See, I took Temple of the Dog from a video that was on YouTube, but I can't play it back on YouTube because it's owned by the last person who stole it and put it on YouTube. do that math and get back to me. Just do that math. Oh, that reminds me of something I want to talk about today.
Math
and Twitter.
Oh.
So, all right. So, at any rate, I haven't eaten today, Anna.
Why is that, Vin? I don't imagine that you're doing a purposeful fast unless you're prepping for a colonoscopy.
No, I'm not. I'm not a faster.
You're not a faster.
Like I will go hours. Like sometimes I don't eat until noon or 1 or something like that. Or usually, in the morning I'll have my. So let me be more than perfectly honest. When I got up, I did have some coconut oil, because I take a little spoon of coconut oil in the morning, or one of my ultra fats. But this morning I just had some coconut oil, and according to Dr. Fung on this show, and that show is coming up in a few weeks, he says, look, that doesn't really break a fast, because when you have just some coconut oil or a little cream in your coffee, it doesn't raise your sugar levels at all. You stay flat. So it's just like you've continued the fast.
It doesn't make you have an insulin response, right?
Right.
Is that what it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which that's good, because I put a little coconut oil in my coffee in the morning and whip it up.
See, I don't. I just put it in my mouth. Usually I have a little cream in my coffee. This morning my coffee was black, and I was running late.
Right.
I
find that hard to believe, because I don't think you've ever been late for anything.
No, I wasn't late, but I was late for me. For me, late is 20 minutes early.
Right.
And I looked at it, I was like, if I want to be 20 minutes early, I need to leave the house now. So I went out to the skeet field and shot skeet with the guys. By the way, did very well.
Congratulations.
But first of all, because I've been missing a lot lately, I shot a 21, and I shot 24, 24, and a 25. So I did okay. At any rate.
Wait, smile for the gram.
That's my fake smile. Did you get it?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on the gram and say, Vinnie Tortorich, fake smiling for everybody.
Yeah, that was a fake smile. Was it a good fake smile? Did you believe?
Yeah, you look cute. It's good.
Yeah.
So I never post bad pictures of people. I think that's evil when people do that.
Oh, I've seen nothing but bad pictures of me. At any rate, did that. Then I came back home and I was getting ready to work out. And Serena reminded me that I was going to do something for her, and I did that. And then I had another thing I had to do. And then before I knew it, it was like 3:00, and I came in the house and had myself, at tea time, I had a cup of coffee. And then I had meetings. I had phone calls I had to do. And next thing you know, I called, I wrote to you. I said, hey, I'm getting ready for the show. I'm grabbing another cup of coffee. And I went, what did I eat today? And by the way, I'm not hungry. I know I played Hunger Strike, but I'm not hungry.
Right.
And I'm having my bachelor's chili tonight, folks. If you guys want that recipe.
I made it last night.
If you want the recipe, you go right over to annavocinos.com, or you could go to Eat Happy Kitchen. And over there, she calls it Chicago chili or something.
No, I have Pittsburgh chili, but that has a whole spice mix in it. The Vinnie Bachelor chili is on. I have recipes in it. It is
a crime, and you call it the bachelor's.
Yeah,
chili.
I call it Vinnie's Bachelor chili, because it's what you make when Serena's not there to cook for you.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's so good and so simple to make. It's at my site. It's at Eat Happy Kitchen. It's everywhere.
Tell the people what's in it, Anna.
Okay, here's what you do. You take a pound or two of ground beef, or let's say a pound of ground beef and a sausage, or a ground beef and whatever you want to do with the ground meats, the mince meats.
That's right.
And you cook it. You take a sausage. Now, here's the thing. You could do this one of two ways. I've done it both ways. You could take the sausage out of the casing and brown it with the ground beef, or you can do what Vinnie does and slice it into discs, and you sear those discs, which kind of gives it a fun thing, right? Yeah. A little texture on there.
First time I made it, what I did was Let me tell you how it came about. It was when I was taking care of Marie inside.
That's right.
When
That's
my mom
right.
got hurt. I had some sausage, and it was sitting in the fridge for a day. I don't like meat to sit too long.
No, you got to cook it up.
I'll let meat dry for a few days, like a steak. But and I had a couple of pounds of ground beef, and I went, shit, if I don't cook both of these tonight, something's going to waste. So I threw the sausage in the oven and started cooking that. And I said, let me just brown this meat. And I started browning the meat. And I went, oh, let me throw these two together, and I can feed all three of us. And then I started going, how can I fancy it up? And you take it from there, Anna.
So then, and by the way, I did this the other night too. I had 3 kinds of meat that needed to be used up. Put them, just do it. And Lauren even said to me, because I had bratwurst with no sugar added, but I had brats, I had pork, and I had beef, and I put it all together and covered it with a jar of Eat Happy Kitchen marinara. But before I did, I actually seasoned everything with salt and pepper, because I want to make sure that you get the meat season. I throw a little garlic powder and onion powder on there. Then I pour the jar of the sauce. And then I know that you like to put an egg on it. I won't put an egg on it at dinner. I'll put an egg on it for the leftovers at breakfast.
I put a few eggs on it. Yeah,
you do the hard boiled, and I like to do this. I poach up the eggs in the actual meat mixture.
I hard boil them, and I do it Italian style, and I just throw them in there. And so the first night I did it, Anna was gracious enough back then to, when she knew I was home, she would send me the 4-pack of the gravies.
Right.
And I was like, well, let me just throw this in here and see what happens. And that's how the bachelor chili,
and you can do it with any of the flavor,
protein,
even the pumpkin marinara with the pumpkin marinara with the sausage. Incredible. You can put cheese on there if you want. You can leave it dairy free.
You can do whatever you want. The crema is great on there. There's ways to do it. There is no wrong way to do it.
No, just make sure everything's cooked through and seasoned well, and then you're good. And just so you guys know, we're gonna be talking about a lot of food today. So if you're hungry and you're fasting, we're gonna break your fast for you.
Oh, look, I'm on a hunger strike here. Before we get into food, let me do this. Don't
forget, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, you do? All right.
Are you calling someone?
Hello? Lois.
Yes.
You're on the air.
Oh my God. Sorry, Leona. I didn't know this was happening. It wasn't cleared from Anna.
I knew if I tried to clear it, you would say no.
That's true.
She gets
better to ask for forgiveness, huh?
Vin? She gets a little jealous of us.
You know what though, Anna? He does not call me pumpkin.
That's
he
right.
He doesn't even give me a pumpkin.
She does not. She's not.
I'm lower rank. I'm lower rank than pumpkin. So.
I'm sorry that pumpkin is the highest rank.
she doesn't even get her real name.
He always turns red whenever he talks to you. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, I do. But I'm a little sunburnt today too.
Okay. Sure. Okay. November in Virginia.
Sure.
So
I was outside.
Okay. No, it's fine. Yeah, you were skiing. I was skiing.
I'm just saying. Whatever. So Lois, what's coming up on the show on Friday? See what I did there, Anna?
Friday, November 4th, we're going to have Dr. Nadir Ali, and he talks about cholesterol and dopamine and kind of brain hacks for habits, and it's really interesting. Recommended.
We talk about getting into streaks, right?
Yeah,
we talk about streaks. Yeah. And Nadir has been riding his bike. Nadir is the guy that runs he's got a really, out of all the low carb things, he runs one of the best ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's low carb.
You mean like a group or does the cons?
Right. Yeah, he gets a bunch of doctors. It's a con.
Summits. The summits.
It's the summits. Low carb Houston, and it's when you get all the doctors. That was the first time I showed my whole movie in front of an audience.
Oh, that's cool. Before
the movie had come out, and Nadir allowed me to do that, and I went up on stage and did a Q&A, and it was really cool. And I've been invited back. So
that's nice.
Look, I couldn't tell him no because he was asking me on the air. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll be there. But I like what they do there. It's it's not about selling stuff in the hall and the whole thing is just a stage out of college.
Yeah.
And they got a couple of things out in the hall, right?
Yeah.
But it's all about the talks. And man, I'm telling you, the best. It's where I met Dr. Philip Avadia for the first time a couple of years ago. I can't tell you the number of great doctors I met at Low Carb Houston. And I'm telling everyone right now, I've been invited back, and I will be going. Lois.
Yes.
You've listened to the Sunday school, right?
Yes, I have.
All right. It's the longest Sunday school we've ever done.
It is.
It's longer than an hour. Tell Anna what we talked about the whole time.
Oh, well, it's delightful because it's all about how Vinnie met Serena and the fiasco that ensued.
The Bo Bridges story, or what's his name?
Oh, the Bo Bridges story is in there. The whole Bo Bridges story.
Oh my God.
It's not a fiasco. It's very, very entertaining.
Oh, it's very when Harry met Sally. It really does.
It is.
Right?
It's more like when Harry stalked Sally and made her date him, and not Bo Bridges.
No, Bo wasn't after Serena. And by the way, here's what makes it.
No, but he was cock blocking you.
Oh, he was cock blocking me like.
Go back and listen to the Sunday show, you guys. Yeah, it's a good story.
Leona's heard it. So I'm telling this to Gina. Yeah, I don't know how we got into it, but we got into it. She's like, "How did you meet Serena?" I was like, I just started telling her, and then about 2/3 of the way in, Serena gets on. We pull her in on the phone the way Lois is, and she's like, "What are you doing?" It's like, so Serena starts mimicking the story exactly the way I was telling it, all the way down to Bob Perlman, who I couldn't remember. I said, "Yeah, it's this Jewish accountant that was trying to impress her at this Christmas party," and I couldn't remember his name. Serena remembered. His name was Bob Perlman.
Oh my God.
You remember
such a good story.
You remember how he was trying to impress Serena, Lois?
Yes.
Tell that part of the story.
He led her out to the balcony to, it was night, pitch black, except for some of the lighting, and tried to point out his chalet in the dark.
He had no game. So
no, that's bad.
Bo Bridges has me in the corner in the kitchen preaching veganism to me.
Oh God.
You're going to eat that chili. You're not going to eat that chili. So I was planning on it, Mr. Bridges. And he said, that chili's going to do to you? That meat's going to be in your stomach for 2 years. It's going to rot. You're going to have that rotting carcass. I love how vegans think. I mean, normal people think that.
Do I have to bring it up again? When you're of a certain age and you get a colonoscopy, if you can be awake for it, or at least look at the pictures, I highly suggest you do, because all of those things are not true. When you clean your system out, you got a nice little pretty pink colon, and that's the end of it. There's no meat sitting in there. There's no, I don't know what else would be sitting in there. Carrots, if you're vegan, I don't know.
We always talk about
it doesn't sit in there. You clean it out. Your body is a self-cleaning mechanism.
Look, they always talk about, the kid who ate a G.I. Joe when he was like 11 or 9 or whatever.
Who talks about that?
Not G.I. Joe. You was the little green army man.
Yeah, G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Now, you see.
Wait, the vegans are saying the kid who ate the G.I. Joe was still in his stomach? He'd be dead.
No,
he would be dead.
You know who
the kid would have a sepsis infection and be dead.
You know who does that, Anna?
Bo Bridges.
No, not Bo Bridges.
I'm coming for you, Bo.
The people that do the not the colonoscopy, but the colonic.
Oh
yeah. You must have eaten one of those little green army men when you were a kid because it came out. It's like, what do you guys keep a bunch of little green army men hanging around?
They're like, they do like a little sleight of hand. They're like, here's a poop covered green army man. You sick fuck. Did you eat this?
Did you have some spearmint gum back in 1963? Oh, I think you did. Here it is.
I remember when I was at day camp when I was little, and one of the girls said to me, this is in Alabama, And she goes, my daddy's a surgeon. And he says, don't eat tang. It'll grow plants in your stomach.
Are you serious?
And I have never had tang before that. And I've never had tang after that.
Yeah.
My daddy's a surgeon. He says, don't have tang because tang will grow plants in your stomach.
Now I got to look up that song.
Oh, is that a song?
Oh, yeah.
Or just Pootie Tang. Just look up Pootie Tang. So, things like that stick with you.
Bill, I am so sorry.
God, he's going to kill you. And by the way, I ate pretty much any other processed food as a kid because that's the household I grew up in. So the fact that I didn't have tang is kind of a miracle. It's not like I was trying to be so pure. I just didn't want to grow plants in my stomach.
I'm one step away from putting on a MAGA hat for this show at this point. All right. So thank you, Lois.
You're quite welcome.
Thanks, Leona.
No problem.
I don't know what just happened, and neither does the audience.
We played some Nuge. Wang Dang Sweet.
I don't know the Nuge.
By the way, did you guys have Nuge on a jukebox over at the campground?
I would imagine
Actually, we didn't.
Really?
The Nuge was not on.
No Nuge?
Oh no, you've upset Vinnie.
Not that I recall. No.
No cat scratch fever.
Not that I recall. No. And Stranglehold is too long.
I wish you could see the look on Vinnie's face right now. Please go to YouTube and look at the look on Vinnie's face. He is gobsmacked.
I'm apoplectic.
And also very sad.
Very sad. All right.
He's sad. He's surprised.
I mean,
this is a state of shock and awe.
The Nuge can make a pussy purr with the stroke of his hand. That's what he says in Cat Scratch Fever. Not that I know every word to every song he's ever done, but I can sing Stranglehold. So, Lois, the next time you and I get together and we're hanging out by a dumpster, which we did, we actually did that. We took a picture for Anna next to a dumpster, and she didn't even realize the dumpster was behind us.
I didn't. I was focused on the subjects of the photo. I was so impressed.
I will regale you by singing Cat Scratch Fever.
A cappella?
Good.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
You're not going to bring the band?
No, Lois, if you could bring me like an acoustic guitar, I could probably pick it out while I'm doing it.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate it.
Leona's literally like, why did you call me? Why are we talking about this?
And now she gets.
No, it's perfectly fine.
You don't have to enable this behavior.
You know, she's going to call OSHA on me at some point because she works for me.
No, you know what though? I'm impressed that you would even want to sing a song for me, considering that I'm not even ranked as a pumpkin. And
true, that's a good point.
So
no, he doesn't sing songs to pumpkins.
No, I don't.
I think Lois is actually higher in stature than pumpkins.
No, she is.
So,
she
there,
is.
I said it.
She's up there with Megan.
I know.
You know.
She's up there with whom?
Megan and my Megan Hawks and Susie. By the way,
Foxy. Okay.
Hey, Leona.
Foxy and White Kim.
Yeah.
Use their proper names, please.
White Kim. Oh yeah,
White
Kim.
You called Susie the White Kim.
She is the White Kim.
Yeah.
And Kim is.
So now I've been calling her White Kim.
Hey, Leona, do me a favor. Go Bird Dog Susie for me. I want to talk to her on a Saturday show. She just did this incredible feat that I want to talk about on the show.
Perfect.
She ran a 10K.
Perfect.
And 60-year-old woman. She's doing stuff that she should have been doing when she was 20. She's getting to it, man. And I want to talk to her.
She's awesome. I love her.
Yeah, I love her to death. And,
excellent.
Okay. We're going to let you go,
okay.
Leona.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, Leona has such low self-esteem that whenever we hang up, she writes to me and goes, well, did you hang up because I did something wrong? I say, no, you're perfect.
She is perfect.
Yeah, I love her.
I know you do.
Not like that, but you know what I mean. So folks, go listen.
But a little bit like that.
Yeah, a little bit. She's kind of hot too.
Kind of?
Yeah, she's hot. So Nadir Ali is coming up on Friday. And Sunday, you can hear me talk about how I met Serena, we don't talk about fitness, but today we're going to talk about Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving food. We talk about this every year because we have to, because usually every year we've got so many newbies, or we have old bees who want to revisit how they're going to do Thanksgiving.
Look, it's not easy this time of year. And look, I'm going to go back.
The Halloween candies already happened. I called you.
Yeah.
Oh, and I had you play the guessing game. I'm just going to go outright with it because I do that thing that I do every year where we don't get trick-or-treaters, but I panic and say, what if the girls from across the street come over? Because they came over one year or something. I want to have some candy for the kidlins. And so I panicked, bought some Reese's Minis in the 2-pound bag. It was like this big. It wasn't like a big, you know how they have the big bags, the variety. They didn't even have any of those. They were all sold out. So I got the 2-pound bag of the Reese's Minis. I was like, those are good. Kids like those.
The 2-pound bag is not the big bag?
No.
That's 2 pounds of chocolate.
I know. And is it really even chocolate? It's just sugar and just fillers and emulsifiers and crap.
Yeah.
So I bought it and then I got up to the register and she rung it up. You know, in California, there's no sales tax for groceries, right? So this is without the tax because there isn't. And she goes, it's $16.75. And I was like, did I buy toothbrushes and toothpaste and other things? Like, no, just a 2-pound bag of the Reese's things. And then, of course, me being the dumb I am, I still bought it. And then I took it and I told Lauren, he's like, go return it. I was like, I'm not going to walk in there and return it.
Yeah.
I should have returned it. I should have.
Lauren. Here's the thing.
I should have done that. And by the way, we got no trick-or-treaters. Lauren's eating them. I threw them in the back of the pantry. And I was like, well, just someone will eat them at some point.
See, I'd throw them away. I would
$16.
I would throw it away. Here's the thing.
I'm so dumb.
Anna was talking to me the other day on the phone and she goes, okay, 2 pounds of this candy. And it's not high-end candy. It's not like chocolate you would get from like
I know
country.
16 pounds should be, $16 should be like, get you a shit ton more candy.
Right. And she said to me, she goes, okay, how much do you think this is going to cost? This is like when they ask politicians how much you think a box of cereal is.
Right, exactly.
And I'm always sitting there going,
how much is a gallon of milk?
I don't know what that is. You know, I don't buy cereal. Right. And how much is a loaf of bread? But Biden didn't know what a loaf of bread cost. Guess what? Biden has never bought a loaf of bread. He's been rich and a politician his whole life. Nobody knows.
Also, I just feel like don't ask. A lot of men don't do the grocery shopping in their house. I'm not trying to stereotype here, but a lot of men don't. No. They've never been to the grocery store. They don't know how much it is.
I'm sure when Biden ever bought a loaf of bread, he didn't know what it cost. I don't know what it costs because I don't buy it. I buy a lot of eggs. Right. Ask me what eggs cost.
What do eggs cost?
No idea. I know I need them. I know I'm going to eat them. And I know which ones I like. I have no, by the way, how much is a good dozen of eggs? Like the high end?
You know, what's funny is that I bought some today and they were $8.29. The other ones were $8.99.
That's almost $1 an egg.
I know.
Wow.
I think you can get them between $3.99 and $6.99 other places. It's just I was at Valley Fresh Market and things are marked up here.
We get them sometimes, from people who have chickens and they got too many eggs around.
Yeah. And we get a lot of our eggs from chickens, so I don't mind every now and then spending more. But again, I needed eggs, so I was going to buy the eggs.
This is one of the few foods I eat, so it's going to come in the house. I'm going to eat it. Now, when Anna said to me the other day, "How much do you think?" This 2 pounds of candy, and I went, "Oh, it's a bunch of corn syrup."
Right,
it was almost free. Price of a bag. I'm a guy who, I make products. I make vitamins. So I'm always considering, the bottle, the cotton that goes in there, the seal, the whole thing.
Right.
You got to buy all that stuff separately. Right. And, and it's just a cellophane bag. And I guess each candy is wrapped individually. I got to add in for that, but it's nothing but corn syrup.
With foil. It's wrapped with foil. It's not expensive.
Yeah, but I was adding it all up and I thought I was coming up with a high number. And I said, I don't know, Anna, like $6.
I know. I know.
I thought that was an outrageous number.
$16.75.
Yeah. I was gobsmacked when you told me that.
Me too.
So, all right. So we're coming up.
So anyway, we're coming up on Thanksgiving.
But here's the deal. Well,
say it.
I always say it's not what you eat between Christmas and New Year's that counts. It's what you eat between New Year's and Christmas. Well, some people have started to take that to mean holiday season as a whole. And some people will say, you know what? I'm going to put life into living at Thanksgiving. And I think that's fine. But I tell people after Thanksgiving, you got yourself a good 3.5 weeks before Christmas comes.
Right.
And you're still a month out from New Year's Day. So you're taking 1/12 of your year and, going in the wrong direction.
Well, and some folks start with Halloween and say, well, I let it get away from me. And I'm like, hold on.
They don't
bring it back in.
No, hang on. That's the point I was going to bring up.
Oh, sorry.
So, no, it's okay. They'll say, okay, it's Halloween. And I really like Halloween. It reminds me of childhood or whatever. I'm just going to go crazy for this one day. And it would be fine if you went crazy on Halloween and then you cleaned up for a month and then went crazy again on Thanksgiving Day and then cleaned up for 3 weeks and then did whatever you wanted. Family is hanging out. You're at the ski slopes. You're doing whatever between Christmas and New Year's. People use that for vacation time. Knock yourself out. The problem is when people start at Halloween, the good intentions are, yeah, I'm going to do this for one night. Halloween was Monday night, 31st. Right. And then the candy's hanging around. Now, Anna just said, now I'm glad Anna said what she said.
Yeah.
We bought this for $16. And, I'm not going to throw it away. My husband wanted me to bring it back. And I should have brought it back, but I didn't bring it back. Now it's sitting in the pantry. Now, Anna's married to a guy that is pretty much like, a sewer rat. He can eat whatever he wants. He never changes. But it doesn't mean.
Oh God, it's true.
It's not that it's good for his insides.
Right.
He can be causing fatty liver disease and all kinds of problems that he can't see because he's one of these guys. He's like Lynette Carolla. They can eat whatever they want and they don't gain a pound. So she's married to that kind of guy. But it doesn't mean that your insides are healthy at all.
Right.
And if you're going to have that candy in the back of your pantry, and then that leads to, you keep that going for a couple of days, 2 pounds, that can last for a bit, right? And
it could last for years, honestly.
Yeah, but
I will say this too, in Lauren's defense, what makes it even more infuriating is that his A1C because I make him test twice a year, is repeatedly around 4.1 to 4.2. It's infuriating.
His genetics are just insane.
Yeah.
So all right. So
but mine are the opposite. I cannot do it.
Right. And there are people out there who are addicted to sugar. And if they start this on Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving is in the 44th week of the year.
Right.
Means you have 8 more weeks to go. Right. So 8 goes into 5,200 times, Anna.
No, 44th week of the year, you have 6 weeks to go.
No.
Because there's 52 weeks in the year.
Yeah, 44.
Oh, that's 8.
8.
Really?
All right. So
no, Thanksgiving's gotta be later because it's the 4th Thursday in November. It's the 24th this year.
Anna,
30 days later is Christmas.
We're in the 44th week right now. I count the weeks.
Oh, I thought you were saying Thanksgiving was in the 44th week. Sorry.
No. We're in the 44th week.
I get it now. I get it.
Yeah, let me do a little quick math here.
Yep, do it.
I do everything by numbers. I'm 52 divided by 8. Okay. 6.5. Right? That's 1/6 of your year.
Yeah, I mean that when you put it that way, that seems crazy to just let it go.
That's over 1/6 of your year.
Well, I think part of the problem is
2 months, folks, of your year. Over 2 months of your year. When you put it like that, what are you doing? What are you doing? You see, you look, I'm not yelling at people. I get excited for you, right? I get excited like this because this is all I've ever done for a living was help people get their life back, get their good intentions back, get them in shape, get them healthy. Because look, we don't realize what we're doing. We never realize what we're doing, right? We go, oh, I just had a little bit of this. And, I just had a little bit of that. Oh, I just did. Before you know it, you got yourself an issue.
Well, and what I'm saying is,
here.
if you have the personality type where you can have the one thing and then go right back to NSNG and never feel the poking around or the cravings or the things, you're in the minority. That good for you. I'm glad. But most of us, we have the little thing and then we start poking around for the other thing. And then we're like, screw it. You know, it's so-and-so's birthday on Tuesday. And then I have the work lunch and then I have the thing and then I'm traveling. And then I like to have a beer in the airport. And then and by the way, we're all reopened now. So it's not like we're going to have just a couple of Christmas things where it's going to be full on holiday parties and stuff this year. And it's very interesting to see how easy it is to go, oh, screw it. Now I'll have the chips at the Mexican restaurant. Now all those things that you were like, absolutely not. I'm not going to have those. I am NSNG. All of a sudden those things start creeping back in and then you get the weight creep back on or the blood work comes back bad or the, you know, whatever the result is.
Yeah.
So when you put it as 1/6 of the year, that's very sobering. So let's talk about Thanksgiving and what you can do to make plans in advance, because I've found that if you're planning in advance and you don't just wing it on the day of, or, you know, if you're going to somebody's house, luckily most people do potlucks. And so you can bring some food that you feel comfortable eating. I will say everybody does Thanksgiving differently. So what's right for you and your family is what's right for you and your family. We are just offering some ideas of things that you can do. I have a ton of NSNG compliant recipes. I also have a ton of recipes that have a little bit of sugar. So instead of traditional candied yams or pumpkin pie, I have the lower sugar versions. You don't have to eat them. You could not make them. You are a grown-up with control over your shopping list. Just like I'm a grown-up who chose to buy a $16.75 bag of candy and not return it because I'm a dumb bozo. I get it. But so at my site at annavicino.com, I have the link that says Thanksgiving Roundup, and it has so many recipes. It has pretty much everything. And I think this year I will do a cranberry side because that's one thing I've never done before. And of course, I'll do it with the least sugar possible. Y'all know a cranberry is a very tart berry.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with cranberry is that you add sugar to it because it's a jelly, it's a jam, it's a compote, it's a chutney. And those traditionally add sugar.
Because jelly don't shake that way.
That's right. So I've got the turkey. I've got the low carb gravy that uses arrowroot instead of cornstarch or flour. I've got the wild mushroom green bean casserole. I've got the lower sugar candied yams, or don't make them at all. I've got the cauliflower mash, which is amazing. I mean, anything's amazing that you pile butter and cream into.
Yeah.
You
could take go wrong shit and just put butter and cream in it.
So you could mash that up or do the cauliflower gratin, which is just, I was known for my scallop potatoes recipe. It was requested every Christmas for decades.
Yeah.
Now I make it with cauliflower and it's on my site and you can just get it and make it. It's super easy.
Boom.
And also too, you don't have to boil and peel potatoes. It's actually easier than that first recipe. Because that recipe's a pain in the ass. When I have to do
peel them first before you boil them. We don't make them.
You peel them, then you boil them, then you got to let them cool. I remember
my mom would
always. And then you run out of time, so you burn your hands because you don't have time to let them cool. And then I do the mandolin. If you hand cut them, it's a pain in the ass. Anyway, so I prefer to do the cauliflower anyway. That's what we did was it last Thanksgiving? Maybe it was 2 years ago. We moved into this house. I basically made a turkey, the gravy, the cauliflower gratin, and the wild mushroom casserole. And that because it was just two of us. Stuffing. I have a stuffing recipe. It's in my first book. It's also on this thing. It uses almond flour. Pretty much the only thing I don't ever do is a side roll. But I've also never understood. I'm not a huge fan of they're delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Parker House roll, they're delicious. I just don't understand at Thanksgiving why you would want to fill up on bread when you can
add more bread when you got all this other bread.
You have all this other bread, but all this other yummy food that you've made that tastes so good. Why would you want to waste that precious real estate on
there's a lot
a bun?
Of Thanksgiving that doesn't make sense to me. People will make, of course, there's the famous American recipe of the casserole. Is it the green bean casserole?
One with the turkey fried onions and the cream of mushroom soup and the green beans.
Yeah, it's like this white trash thing that everyone does. So you get that, and then people will do like a mashed potato and a yam,
right?
And mash yams. I'm like,
and several kinds of stuffing.
What's with all the different potatoes? And there'll be in Louisiana oyster stuffing, non-oyster stuffing, stuffing with this, stuffing with that. I'm like sitting around going, how many stuffings? Choose one. Every year, choose one. Why do you have 4? You know?
I listen, I'm not upset if people want to bring their foods and try it. I mean, I'm not going to ever have a gluten stuffing. So then I always get requested to make my gluten-free stuffing. So I'll make a grain-free stuffing, a gluten-free stuffing, and then they already have their stuffings at the thing. I don't mind having a variety of foods. I don't mind making a bunch of stuff. For me, it's fun. And the things that I can taste, I definitely taste. I can't, after now doing this for 11 years, I can't physically overextend myself with the eating anymore anyway. So if I put a little life into living on Thanksgiving, I'm not like, it's like, it's kind of pathetic because I'm like, like, I can't, I don't, you know, that thing where they say you have to stretch your stomach. Is that even true?
No, your stomach will stretch out for a bit while you have all this extra food in it. But I never overeat that meal.
No, I get my taste and I enjoy it. And then I don't bring leftovers with me. That's another trick, another hack that if you bring and make NSNG Foods, take those home with you and try not to take home the corn pudding and the, stuffing and stuff like that. But
I never, people always go, have you tried it? No, I haven't. That's it. I'm done. This year, usually we don't do turkey.
That's right. You're not a turkey guy.
I'm not a turkey guy. So why should we, have a big giant turkey? And we do like a big roast, a big
That's nice.
Rib roast.
See, I do that on Christmas dinner.
And we do that
for the rib roast
too. But this year, Tallulah and her dad is going to be here. Scott's coming. And
do they want the turkey?
I think Tallulah likes the turkey. I'm not sure, but it's like, well, we have Scott's coming. And I don't want to begrudge people a real Thanksgiving. So
can I tell you?
I'm not going to mention turkey. I'm hoping it doesn't show up.
If you see a turkey in your house, mention to Serena using my recipe, and here's why.
Okay.
I make my own anchovy butter and I smear it all over the turkey. And it's really good and it keeps it really moist.
We can't do anchovy butter.
Because is somebody allergic to fish?
Scott won't eat anything that comes out of an ocean. Nothing, not even a shrimp.
Would he know, or is he allergic?
I think he might be allergic.
Oh, if he's allergic, you can't do it. But I'm telling you,
it sounds so good.
It's so good. It like saves the turkey. You know what I'm saying? It like makes like seals it in with salt and moisture and fat. It's really good.
I love bird. I love fowl. I the other night I had pheasant. My neighbor went pheasant hunting up in South Dakota, brought back a bunch of pheasant, did pheasant the other night.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking to go pheasant hunting around here so I can bring home some more fresh pheasant. I was like, I need more of this.
We have so many quail here. You need to go quail hunting when you come visit us.
I was big on quail when I was in Louisiana because it was easy for me to quail hunt. I didn't have, I could go jump them myself, just one. I would take a beagle to go flush them. I just needed to flush them. I just throw them in a bush.
They're every walk of every day of the year. They're crossing the street. They're doing their thing.
Yeah.
So don't get scared when I say anchovy butter, you guys. You can buy a tube of anchovy paste. So it's not like you're having to cut up fish. You buy a tube of anchovy paste. Trust me, I know it sounds crazy. It is incredible. And you mix it with butter and you smear it all over the turkey. The concept of the roasted turkey is the same as how you roast a chicken. I have the easiest roasted chicken recipe in the first book. I will never roast fowl any other way.
Yeah.
But you dry brine and it's so good and so moist. Now, the creamed spinach is probably one of my most popular recipes. That is also on there. And that is something that is almost impossible to find out in the wild without flour in it. So I've figured out how to make it.
And I give you a recipe right now because we do yours. I don't know how Serena does it because, they keep me out of the kitchen pretty much.
Hold on.
I'll go in and make my charcuterie board. I'll make my chili, that kind of thing, but that's about it.
So if you Google Anna Vocino creamed spinach, it comes right up. It's also in the first book.
Awesome, folks.
It is really good. So I do butter and onion and garlic, and I saute fresh spinach as well as frozen spinach. And then I put heavy cream in there and half and half. It's very rich. Yeah. I put nutmeg. You don't have to put nutmeg in there. Dijon mustard.
Hates nutmeg.
Don't even say the word nutmeg to Andy Schreiber. He gets very offended.
Yeah.
salt, Dijon mustard, pepper, and Gruyere in the actual creamed spinach. Then I make a topping with more Gruyere, some almond flour. You could do pork panko, and salt, and that's it. And you roast it in the oven, and it's incredible. You always have to cook every casserole. You have to cook it first, and you put it. By the way, I have a sausage zucchini bake in the oven right now. I know. I'm excited to eat that. So you guys have lots of options. I have the pumpkin bars, the pumpkin pie, the pumpkin cheesecake. There's apple pie in the second book that's friggin' incredible. Everything is always grain-free, but I will warn you when there's sugar in a recipe. And I got asked the other day, can I use coconut nectar versus coconut sugar versus honey? You can use whatever you want.
Yeah.
Everything's interchangeable. Sugar is sugar. Just know that you're eating sugar.
Yeah. And that's the time.
I'm not trying to hide anything or be like,
she's not going, oh, there's no sugar in here, cellulose. Anna doesn't do that when it's
that is such bull. I hate that shit.
Anna, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Someone you know.
Who do I know?
May or may not be working on a documentary.
Is it you?
I'm not going to say anything.
You just did. You said everything.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
You said it all.
Someone you
mention it all.
Someone you may know may or may not.
Okay, but let's establish something. I know this person you're referring to. I know them.
Yeah, you know the person.
So someone I know may be working on a documentary. And it's you, and you're working on a documentary. That's what you're saying.
Look, okay, I've done documentaries. I've done a few of them. It doesn't mean I'm doing another one.
Exhibit A, Fat, a documentary. Exhibit B, Fat 2, a documentary. Exhibit C, Beyond Impossible. I rest my case.
Which Dr. Drew says is my best work. And he's not even in that one.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Adam Carolla thinks it's my best work.
I think it is too, but I like the other two so much for the message that they're telling the people.
But someone may or may not has started having thoughts.
What are you doing?
Months and months ago, maybe wrote a couple of things.
Oh, I know what it is. And I know what I said that triggered that. I know what it is. Vinnie, I know what it is.
No. I'm not saying it was me. Don't say anything.
It's you. And I know what it is. I'm not going to say it, but I know what it is.
You start writing stuff down. You know me. I write on the back of stuff. Look.
Yeah.
This is paper. I write on paper that's been used already. I write on the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, one thing, you start jotting things down and you have thoughts. You wake up in a cold sweat at 2 a.m. with a thought, and
it's
you start
happening.
jotting, and
it's happening.
You start calling, people, phone calls happen, and people go, yeah, that sounds great, because people want to work.
I'm going to tell you something. If it's what I think it is, be careful. You know why?
Why?
Because people will come after you for telling the truth.
Let them come. They've been coming after me from day one. You think I'm scared of people?
We got to talk about these.
Yeah, we could talk about those after I tell you guys about this. Villa CAPPELLI, folks.
Oh my
Villa
God.
CAPPELLI.
Do you know what I got in the mail?
Go on.
The 2 3-liter tins that I ordered a couple weeks ago on the show.
You bitch.
I know.
Serena would be calling you the C word right now.
I know.
They can say that.
They can say that.
I can't.
I couldn't say it back to her, but she can say it to me, and it's like,
because
we just use that word.
Yeah. They use that in bullocks.
It's like saying cow.
Yeah.
It also is like, don't call women that either.
It's like
British
saying
people.
Mom.
It's like saying Queen Mum.
Yeah.
Don't do it. She'll get mad.
She hates when I do that. I haven't done that either. The new listeners don't even know what that is. Whenever I would mimic my wife, since I can't speak with a British accent, I would just go,
That's what they all sound like.
They sound like, yeah. Oh, Vinnie.
Yeah. Villa CAPPELLI. The best olive oil on the planet.
Yeah. Go get it. Promo code Vinnie, VINNIE. Look, Paul Capelli used to use the C word. He's not even British.
No,
You
but
know?
that's the kind of man that he was.
Yeah.
He could say something so insane, and then you'd be like, God, that guy's just charming.
He would take
I think I fell in love with him.
Take a puff off a cigarette.
Yeah.
Out and just use the C word. That's the way Paul rolled. And, you know, nobody cared. He was just that guy. And a real looker, right, Anna?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
yeah.
good looking guy. Like women would look at this guy and go, yeah. And he was gay. That was the
women would want to change him.
Yeah. Well,
but then Stephen would walk in the room and they'd be like, oh.
He had a couple of kids. He was married for a bunch of years and then decided to go live his real life. And he was gay, and he and Stephen Crutchfield. And Stephen is running that company.
Stephen's doing an amazing job running it all by himself. You can go stay at the villa. I don't know if new people know this. You can go to villacapelli.com and actually look at the picture. It's incredible to stay there in Puglia. Yeah. If you've watched Stanley Tucci's Puglia episode that was on a couple weeks ago, I was screaming at the TV because they didn't go to Terlizzi and go to Villa Capelli. They missed out. Missed out.
Come on, Stanley.
Come on, Stan.
Come on, you wop.
Ciao, Stanley. Ciao, Stanley. That's what they all say on that show.
I could call him a wop because I'm a wop.
That's right.
Okay, so Anna, Villa Capelli, go there. You want to save 10%, promo code Vinnie.
That's right.
More than $125. After the discount, you'll get free shipping on top of that. So that's correct. Save at Villa Capelli, VINNIE, no wimpy Y. And go look up pictures of Paul Capelli if you want to see a real man, man's man, a
man about town.
Yeah, I used to want to be cool like him.
And a ladies' man. Let's be honest. Okay, we got something special in the mail.
Yeah,
and by we I mean I received it. One day soon, hopefully, I'll see you to be able to pass along. A very nice. Now, ordinarily, when a listener writes you and says they want to send you knives, that sounds like it could be scary.
And I no longer have my P.O. box, so I can't have people send bombs and knives.
But our friend Scott legit makes kick-ass knives.
Yeah.
Scott Sweder, I think is how he says it. SWEDER. Sweder or Sweder. He has, and I want to give him a shout out, a true shout out, because he's at ironbearknifeandforge.com. Leona can put that in the notes. He sent me 2 chef's knives and he sent you a hunting knife.
Yeah. Anna said to me, she goes, what do you think? Because I know a little something about knives. And I was like,
it has a little case.
Yeah. The case is really cool. I was like, where'd you get those? I mean, the tang runs all the way through. And the quality.
And he's not paying us. I just think this is super nice. And I want to.
It's a gift. And look at the shape on that. Oh my God.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Look at that.
And the handle.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty? With the blade going all the way through.
Yeah. The tang goes through.
It's nice and heavy. Feels good.
Yeah.
I haven't started using it yet.
You got a good hand feel.
Yep. Yeah. It's like perfect ergonomic for the.
Yeah.
Want me to show you your knife?
You have 2 of them though, right?
I got 2 for me and 1 for you.
Sorry. Show the other one because the other one's pretty awesome too. Do you have it there?
Yours? I have yours.
Oh no, I'm talking about your other one.
Oh yeah. He sent the mini chef's knife.
I didn't realize it came in a nice case. You showed him to show the case.
Look, and I love this sheath.
Yeah, I have a sheath like that. A guy that
isn't that so cute?
Yeah, no, it is.
And also badass.
You know what? You could probably clean a deer with that thing.
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, I got all excited because I got a switchblade from Texas that I'm opening up my grocery cases with.
Yeah.
So it's really fun to be like, phew. I have to remember to accidentally try to bring it on.
I've shown you the knife that someone made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me show you your knife. This is your nice carrying case.
Beautiful.
Iron Bear. Hold on. I'm going to say it right.
Yeah. Give him a plug, man, because,
ironbearknifeandforge.com.
Leona, please put this guy in the show notes.
Thank you, Scott. This is so nice.
This stuff is not cheap. I know what it takes to make a knife.
Can you just mail this in the mail?
Yeah, you can mail knives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at your badass leather case. Sheath or whatever.
Look at that. Look at that thing.
Isn't that cool? It's like oxblood color.
Oh my God.
Or cordovan. Like the shoe polish. Is that oxblood or cordovan?
I'm going to go. Well, cordovan is not a color. Cordovan is a type of leather that comes from a horse.
But it was also a color on the shoe polish when we were kids. Remember when your mom would make you shine your shoes and polish your shoes for school and church? My mom did. Did you not have to polish your shoes?
No, I did. I still polish my shoes.
Oh, well, I obviously don't wear leather shoes anymore because I'm not polishing them. So ready for your knife? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, go on. Go on.
Hold on. Look at that. Hold on, I'm trying to get it in the light. Isn't that cool? It's got like the little bumpies right here.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
Isn't that awesome looking?
All right, you see the little notch at the bottom? Hold it.
Right here?
I'm going to show you. Hold that. You hold, and your finger goes in that notch, and your thumb.
Oh, really?
You see on the top.
Oh, and then you don't slide.
Yeah, you see that's how.
When you
take it easy, Anna.
Murder.
Anna, put that thing away. You're gonna hurt yourself. You don't know what you're doing over
there. I know how to use a knife.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to sharpen one. Isn't that cool? And he has his little symbol on there. The little bear. It says Sweder. Isn't that cute?
By the way, I just checked it to make sure. Cordovan leather is horse leather, so it's from the horse.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a color, although they call that kind of oxblood, they call that cordovan. I know that they call it color cordovan, and I think that started with Shinola or one of those companies that might have done that. But cordovan, because with my archery stuff, I use cordovan for my my hand, to protect my hand, because it's a much better leather to use. And yes, people that use horse leather, they don't raise and kill horses. It comes from horses that are going to die. Some countries, I know this sounds horrible. Hopefully I've never had horse meat, but I've eaten meat around the world.
Oh, I have.
Paul
CAPPELLI fed me horse meat.
Yeah, Italy is a country that serves horse meat.
They eat horse and donkeys a lot.
Yeah. So I'm sure I've had horse meat without knowing it.
Yeah.
But that's where cordovan comes from. It's a delicacy in some countries, and especially places like Italy that does a lot of tanning. So all the alligators that are grown in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and parts of Florida, all of those leathers go to Italy to get tanned. Very few.
Do you have alligator boots?
I did, and I sold them. And the reason I sold them,
time to get a new pair.
They're expensive, like a good pair of alligator boots can run you a couple of grand. I got a pair from the Lucchese outlet when I was passing through El Paso at one time. So I think they were regularly like $1,600 or $1,700. I got them for $800.
Oh.
But I bought them a little big.
Mm-hmm.
And once boots are sloppy, they don't go the other way. So before I really wore them a lot, I sold them for what I bought them for. And the guy, Andy or someone put them on eBay for me. This is years ago. And the guy goes, "What gives?" And I said, "I just want my money back. I got these are not seconds. These are first. You can check them out." I sent him a bunch of pictures. These are first. And I just got it from the outlet. I got it straight from the factory where they give you deals. And I'm not trying to make money on them. I'm just trying to get my money back. And you can see on the bottom, they're barely scuffed up. I wore them twice and they were sloppy on my feet. And that was that. But yes, I have had alligator.
That guy got a good deal.
Oh, he got an awesome deal. I don't look good in fancy footwear.
It's not why that's funny to me.
I have a lot of.
You're saying you don't clean up good? You wore that suit. You look pretty good.
I clean up like that, and I have a lot of really nice shoes. As a matter of fact, the shoes I had on that day, I think, were cardivans. They were from Savile Row in England. But I have a lot of cowboy boots. Over the years, I've sold a lot of them. I probably have 15 or 20 pairs. But I'm down, I'm down to like 5 or 6 pairs, some that I work in the yard in and that kind of thing, and some that I dress up in. I'm just not like ostrich and all this kind of stuff, and Cape buffalo and all this. I'm not into exotic animal skins. I might do a smooth alligator at some point.
I just feel like because you're from Louisiana, you should have alligator.
I should have an alligator.
That's the only reason I said that.
I did have crocodile shoes for a long time. Yeah. And I love those.
Were they from Jeff's Haberdashery?
No, he didn't sell that kind of stuff. I don't know what they sold over there.
You wore it. In the dark streets of New Orleans, down in the quarter, he's wearing his Jeff's Haberdashery.
They paid me to put that on and walk around.
And then there's a smoke machine and a mullet. It's a lot.
Yeah, and they had a lot going on.
I had a lot of feelings when I watched it.
Yeah. Should we
tell somebody to put it in the show notes, because it's been a while since we brought up Jeff's Haberdashery.
Yeah. Leona, if you want to find that and get Debbie to put
Kurt knows where it is.
Yeah, I'm sure Kurt watches it every night. Oh, I wanted to mention Twitter before we go.
Oh yeah, Twitter. That's right.
I know there's a lot going on. Elon Musk took over Twitter about a week ago. That's right. And I don't care what you think of Elon either way. I know it's gotten political and the whole thing, but the one thing I've noticed is I'm seeing a hell of a lot more tweets every day. I've been complaining for years that...
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, all of a sudden people are going, oh my God, I'm seeing your tweets again. I'm getting literally hundreds and hundreds of tweets a day again. And
really?
Yeah.
What, you mean like your at responses or?
Well, no, just people,
You're just seeing it in your feed.
People asking me questions, people going, the questions I answer, people are seeing the answers and hitting like. I'm telling you, I was, as they say, throttled back and shadow banned or whatever those terms are. If you don't think that's real, it was real, because as soon as someone else takes over and boom, my Twitter, people are saying, oh my God, I see you on Twitter again. Folks, I'm on Twitter every day. It was cutting me back. And whenever I would say to people,
that's annoying.
Hey, are you guys seeing my tweets? It would be a couple of trollers going, hey dude, nobody's paying attention to you.
Thanks. I know.
So there you have it. Also, Megan tells me to mention my Instagram.
Yes.
That thing has grown. That thing started growing again, like about a month ago.
Great.
And I guess it's,
your videos are super fun. I like you're giving motivational things. You're doing exercises. You're talking about different, I like it when you show the ads too.
Well, when people get more prolific with, when you have friends that are making documentaries, you get more, and you have more stuff in your head than your friends might be able to put in their documentaries. You have extra stuff and you get prolific, and there you have it.
Right. By the way, if you follow Vinnie on Instagram, also follow me, because I have all kind of cooking videos on there. And
cooking away.
You know what I did? I finally did the thing, and I'm going to do this regularly, where I took a bunch, because here's the thing, Vinnie. I want to be helpful to people. And when people write me a note, I tend to respond right away because I want to respond. And I've not been able to do that because things have gotten too busy and I get too many notes now.
Yeah.
And so I finally said, one day I'm going to save these notes and I'm going to do a video and answer the questions, because I knew if I tried to do just a short reel, I wouldn't get to everything I want to get to. So I filmed a 15-minute YouTube video answering so many common cooking questions that I've gotten. And then also, other things.
Let's say I get Megan to set me up an Instagram sometime this week when the show comes out, and you and I sit down for an hour and just talk to people on the Instagram.
Just do a Q&A. Yep. We'll find a time and do it.
We're going to do it on mine. I'll get Megan to figure that out, and we'll do it.
And then I just asked to do it on. I asked to join it, and then you let me in.
Okay.
You don't even have to set it up. You just start a live video. And then I'll request to be in it, and you accept me.
Don't we have to kind of tell people, hey, we're going to be doing this?
Oh yeah. She can set up whatever. When we tell her a time, she can make all the things and publicize it.
Okay, great. All right, good.
Because she's the one who holds the keys to the castle. She has the login to all of our socials.
Yeah. So, Megan, we're going to do that this coming week. She's going to hate me for that.
She's not listening to this.
I know. Nobody listens. Folks, if you want to hear what I'm talking, I came up with a great song with something that Anna said during the show, and you might want to hear that. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go listen to somewhere near minute 105 of the show, and you will hear that song. Also, you can check Anna Vocino out at annavocino.com. Also, eathappykitchen.com. You can get all the sauces, powders, and everything. Everyone brings up the powder. When I do the consults, everyone goes, tell Anna I love her powders. So, Anna, everyone loves your powders.
Thank you.
Okay,
I appreciate the feedback.
Yeah.
I love them too.
Yeah, no, they are special, folks. And you can add some of that to your bachelor chili. So check out everything Anna Vocino's doing. Her books are over on Amazon, Eat Happy and Eat Happy 2. 2 is spelled T-O-O because Anna doesn't know how to spell.
I know how to spell.
With me, you can go check me out on Instagram. Also, we have the PDF at VinnieTortorich.com. We have the superfan page at VinnieTortorich.com. And if you're not going to use either one of those, if you feel that that's too nickel and dimey for you, we also have, before you go to Amazon, you can go to VinnieTortorich.com, click through the banner, puts a little coal on the fire, gets my train down the track. Let me cut this off, Anna. Let's do this so we can play with the cool kid.